your life. Okay, guys. Here we go. I don't have any fucking muscle shirts in this car. That's crazy. Where the fudge did I put them all? Dude, I don't need your directions anymore. I'm good. I know where I'm at.
GPS signal lost.
It wasn't lost. I purposely did that, computer. I don't need your female voice to tell me anything. Because I hate women. Man, I be watching some of these YouTube. I don't watch them, but I kind of like when I'm flipping through some shit, I'll be like looking at people's YouTube live. Man, there's some girls on here. One I like, she works at Amazon overnights and she does live like YouTube videos. She's a fucking rat trap. She's a fucking hardworking chick. I totally admire her. But there's some nerdy ass people on here, folks. You better be careful with what you. There's some nerdy ass people on here. There's a dude. I don't know, man. The whole Insane Clown Posse, guys. I'm just saying that music sucks. There's no way the music is any good in it. It's official. I don't know how the fuck that people are making shitty ass music. People be dressing up like them guys and like doing metal, and that shit's just scary to me. Fucking Limp Bizkit still touring. I don't know how I don't know who the fuck listens to Limp Bizkit. Man. Dude had to like show you that he was on a private jet, like on YouTube. He had to like make a video about absolutely nothing to show like, yeah, we're on a fucking private. I don't know how they can afford a private jet, but whatever. Give me something to break. Never into the rap metal, never into Linkin Park. I went and seen Papa Roach on their first headlining tour, I should say. They played with some band from Australia, not Silverchair. Silverchair sucks dick. That's a horrible band, Silverchair. Let's talk about some horrible bands, Silverchair. I know, man. Fucking goofy. But yeah, Papa Roach, their first two records were pretty legit. I actually ran into Jacoby in Sacramento at a fucking AM/PM convenience store on 16th Street. Man, that motherfucker looked like Nikki Sixx. Like, dude looked like a straight up motherfucking rock star at 9 o'clock in the morning, and he had eyeliner on, fucking spiked red tipped hair. He looked like he had some cover girl on. You know, I was just like looking at him going like, you know, I kind of just dapped him up. They were good in concert. I gotta give it up for Papa Roach. They were pretty fucking legit in concert. Like, they were good in concert. You know, if a band's good in concert, you know who was good live that I thought would suck was Blue Man Group. Blue Man Group was fucking awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. You wouldn't think I'd be saying that right now, but Blue Man Group was fucking legit. I remember telling my friend, like, bro, let's just sell these tickets and go get some fucking pills and booze and go out somewhere and go to the fucking whatever. And he was like, no, I want to go to Blue Man Group. We went and we had the fucking time of our life. I wish when we went to Blue Man Group that we had shrooms or something, because it was legit. Like, seen Van Halen twice. Van Hagar. I don't like Van Halen that much. I like the Jump record. Like when I was born, I thought like Jump on the 1984 record. I thought that was their first record. I was just a baby when that shit came out. But I remember the Jump video. Panama, Panama. not a video. She seen that dude. She was like, I don't know what his deal is, but we ain't having that. I remember the video for Kiss. Heaven's on fire. When I was a kid, like I was like in second grade downstairs. We had MTV for like half a year. My parents were still together. My little sister had just been born out downstairs. And I was like, man, I'll get in trouble if I'm watching this video. Holy fuck. Gene Simmons licking his guitar and shit. I was like, this dude's a fag. I fucking hated Gene Simmons from the get-go. From the get-go. I'm trying to think. Def Leppard always sucked. Rat sucked. Striper sucked. Motley Crue was pretty cool. If, you know, how do I say this? Motley Crue was good because there wasn't really a lot of, like, other than Van Halen, there wasn't really a lot of music like that was as good as theirs. Like, you had Whitesnake, which Whitesnake kind of sucked. You know what I mean? They sucked. David Coverdale sucks. I mean, they just make too much of a fucking big deal about that dude. What fucking good is it? You know what I mean? Like, you're a good singer. You got 2 good songs out of fucking 30 years. I mean, I guess if you want to, I'll tell you who was big. Okay, so Motley Crue, right? Quiet Riot was fucking huge. Bang your head down. Mental health is driving. You ever watch The Wrestler? That shit was awesome. But Quiet Riot with the fucking mask. The guy had that metal mask on, and in the thing. No, I didn't quit Kratom. I got 2 big ass bags in my car right now. Why'd you ask that? That's a weird question. I haven't quit that or jerking off. I've been steadily, what do they call it? No fap? I've been fapping. Not fasting, fapping. The only way you can get arrested jerking off is if you do it outside. Which everybody has probably jerked off outside at some point. You know, every guy has jerked off while driving. I can guarantee it. If you haven't, you will. Trust me. I'm just man enough to say it. Like, there will be a time where you be like driving out in the motherfucking country, and I haven't done it recently, but there'll be times where you just go, fuck it, there ain't nothing to do. I don't watch porn, especially while I'm driving, because that's not how I want to fucking go out. We're going through this light. Get it. No, I haven't quit Kratom. So, Motley Crue. Let me call these messages. Yeah, I don't fuck with, you know, bro, I only take the shit that comes in the bag. I only fuck with the powder. Those 7 tabs are pure drugs. I don't fuck with I got some extract shots. I don't really notice anything. I know that there's a blue Kava Kratom bottle. You know, you gotta watch it because they're trying to pollute Kratom and make it have a badass name. I forgot what I bought today. God, not this, but I got a brand like this. This is actually, this kid was like, this is an expensive brand. You should be, I'm like, I got it on sale. Leaving all over the motherfucking road. So Quiet Riot. So I found the Quiet Riot cassette tape, right? When I lived here in Florida, it was in my luggage. I gotta go through my luggage and just throw a whole bunch of shit out. But you listen to the Quiet Riot, like other than what's that song? Girls rock your boys will go wild. That ain't even their song. You know what I mean? Like, that's a song from, I forget the name. It's Sweet, I think they're called. Or Suede. Is it Sweet? I forget. They suck too. A lot of sucky music, man. You can always count on the fucking Beatles. And if you're gonna pick one of the Beatles solo shit, I'm gonna go with John Lennon. I don't fuck with George Harrison and his fucking goofy chanting and all that fucking bullshit. But Paul McCartney was a little bit too goof. His solo shit kind of sucks. Other than Band on the Run, that's a pretty good song. I'm sure he's good in concert. Don't get me wrong. He's a fucking one of the best. He's probably one of the best bass players that ever lived. Quiet Riot was big. Who else? Aerosmith was big with Walk This Way. And then fucking Run DMC was in the video. That was the first rock video ever. But I remember looking at Aerosmith. That dude's mouth was so big. I would be like, as a child, I'd be like, damn, what is wrong with this motherfucker's mouth? Yeah, you've been on here for a while. How long have you been? Because it doesn't tell me. I have to get fucking what do you call it? I gotta get YouTube Studio to get like your stats and shit and see how long you've been on my shit. And I appreciate you guys that like yourself that have been long. I consider you a pretty long time. I mean, it's been over a couple of years, I would imagine, probably COVID-ish. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Probably COVID. I picked up a lot of people during COVID, and a lot of them stayed. Like I still have. I really wish that you guys that I talk to the most, like you, and like there's probably like 20, honestly, out of 22,000 whatever people. I probably only talk to 30 people. You know what I mean? On here, maybe 20 or 25 that I like will go, oh yeah. As long as you don't change your name too many times. But what I get is I get people that leave. So like this girl in New Jersey, this is way before, this is right when COVID was. I don't remember. I wasn't in a relationship, but she lived in like Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Her name was Lisa. I'm just going to put her on blast because she'd be like, I'd be getting, I don't know why when I say that, there's like some words that I'd be like acting like I'm black. I have no idea why. I think it's because I'm black from the waist down. No, I get people that I either kick off or that I used to like fuck with, guys or girls. I mean, not like that. Or there'll be like girls that I've known or talked to or met or whatever, and whatever happened, and they leave my YouTube, but then they come back under like aliases and watch my videos still, which I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you can watch. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to go. I remember this bitch. Okay, so Lisa came, she was in New Jersey, and she said her husband was a real dickhead. They just had a baby and da-da-da-da-da-da, and he was telling her that he wanted her or something. Yeah, imagine living it. She's gotten arrested about 4 fucking times. Her mom's house got burned down. We've kind of stayed in touch. I did run. Okay, so I seen her for the first time after a year of not talking to her at all. Okay. We met up. We couldn't agree on anything, but we ended up having sex, which usually is the only thing that we can agree on. But we just can't, there are things that have happened that, between us that are so fucked up that I shouldn't even be talking to her at all. And I don't talk to her really, but I would if she could ever just apologize, like in a way that was like sincere, I wouldn't like give her my phone number or anything, but I would talk to her on email and check in with her every once in a while. She lives, I don't know. She lives in South Tampa. She's gone to jail about 4 times for some dumbass shit. I don't really, know, but I would like to fucking one day have a conversation, with her, and I would like not that I want to get back together with her, but I would like to see her life. Like I would like to see her fucking succeed in life. I mean, it's been very hard to watch. Like she's got a mugshot where she's got 2 black eyes. She's got a mugshot where she shaved her fucking head like Britney Spears. And I just want to go, listen, I think about this shit every day. I'm not going to lie. Cause she, I've never, and I tell people at the gym, I've never loved anybody like I love her. I never planned on falling in love with that bitch like I fell in love with her, okay? I fell in love with her like she was a fucking cat. You know what I mean? Never planned on falling in love with her like that. But she just, she made a choice to go choose fucking drugs, and she did a lot of fucked up shit, man. She did a lot of fucked up shit to me. She did a lot of fucked up shit to me. So her fucking house got burned down by the lesbian crack whore that she left me for. Fuck. She'll never, I mean, it broke that shit. Crack with a drug dealing fucking 80 positive fucking slut that's like 70 and looks like a lizard. Watching the girl, her last boyfriend before me had like 2 fucking teeth. So I should have just known then and there that she had some fucking mental health issues and that she would fucking let anybody be, whatever. She was a serial fucking, I found her mom dead, like I found her mom fucking dead, like I did so much for her, but yeah, long story short, all she'd have to do, we don't have to relive everything, but all she would have to do is just go, listen, I'm sorry. I mean, she don't want to admit to 90% of the shit that she did, and I got a problem with that, Yeah. And imagine like loving somebody and fucking having to, listen, I love her like she's my fucking wife. You know what I mean? Like I've never loved anybody like that. You know what I mean? And having to come outside and seeing the person that you love more than anything and have to tell them, you don't know how to tell them, but you're getting ready to tell them that their mom's fucking, not only is their mom dead, she's melted into the fucking bathroom floor like a mouse on a sticky pad, leaking. Her mom looked like a fucking alien. She was like 3 times the size of me, bloated, flies all over the place. The most fucking PTSD thing I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. The cops told me, said I'm retiring in a year and 3 months or something. He said, I've been a cop 27 years. He goes, that's a bad one, man. That's a real fucking bad one. She died on the fucking toilet and yeah. And, having to come outside and, never want to see her cry, you know what I mean, like that, or like, you know, like, man, I don't know, man, I just never wanted to give anybody the fucking world like I wanted to give her, but she's got so many things. She not like, I'm not making excuses because she's a fucking rotten individual. Um, she's got so many things wrong with her, and I don't know all of the sexual abuse and shit that's happened to her or who's responsible for it or whatever. Like, there are some, I don't know, man, there's just some I'm not trying to like gossip about it, but there's probably a lot of fucked up things that I just couldn't even imagine went down in her life at like an early age. Like, you know, she lost her virginity really fucking a lot earlier than you should be losing your motherfucking virginity, like fucked up type shit. So I don't know how much of that has to do with what the fuck, but I'm imagining it has to, you know. So yeah, it sucks, man, because I really and it's always some loser, and you know, but yeah, it sucks. She told me that she was working at Home Depot, right? She worked there for 3 days. I went there like after 2 weeks. Me and a guy from work, he had to stop. I go, oh man, don't stop here. My fucking ex-girlfriend works here. She's gonna think that I'm fucking trying to check up on her. So I ended up telling her like, hey, like a week later, yeah, I went into your work. You weren't there. I thought you worked Monday through Thursday or whatever. And she's like, oh no, she kind of like seemed like she had been high on crack for like 4 days. Nothing she said made any sense. And I was just like, you know, I'm so tired. And I'm so tired of her nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just so tired of like, man, I don't know. Like, I just don't understand. Like, what, you know, she did get chubby again, which I like. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck she's doing, you know, but I will always have, you know, a want to fucking talk to her. I have no idea why. I've never fucking, listen, when we first met, we were never ever going to be anything other than, you know, like friends with benefits, you know, and the more I just seen her life, I was just like, you need someone to fucking like, I don't know what I was thinking, you know what I mean? I was just thinking like, you know, what I was thinking was when I was trying to get sober, if somebody would have just helped me a little bit more, like, you know, with things, you know, like certain things, but you know, you gotta want to get sober. Some people don't want to get sober. So anyway, that's what happened to the nerd. She's still on, I don't know how much she's on YouTube, whatever, I don't know. So shitty bands that were fucking, there's a lot of horrible bands in the 80s. Van Halen was good for a while. You know, there was a lot of horrible, like, shitty, like, wannabe Madonna bands. You know what I mean? Like Madonna kind of clones, or like Bananarama. I don't know, the 80s was like a time where the 80s was like, to me, the 80s was, it was like we just got off a pirate ship and had been at sea for a couple of years, and we had just discovered certain things and we were trying to feel it out. Like cable was kind of a new concept, you know, like pay-per-view was a new concept, MTV was new, HBO was kind of new at the time when I was a kid. You know, there was no internet. Like, our first computer had like a floppy disk. like a Commodore 64. You know what I mean? Like our first computer was like a floppy disk with a green and black screen. You know, like it was goofy. Landlines, fucking typewriters and shit. I remember I had a typing class in fucking high school. I don't even remember what I took when I went to college for 2 semesters. Social problems and psychology and some other bullshit. I hated school, man. I just knew I was not going to motherfucking school. I have to write up. I remember I was so pissed when I went to college that computers were taking over. Like I wanted to like type my report up on like a fucking like not a typewriter, but like type it up on a computer and print it off. You know what I mean? And they were like, no, I think I wanted to write my report like fucking freehand. How are you, Rich? How you been? I hope she finds her way back too. Yeah, I remember like telling the teacher, like, you mean I can't write my shit like, you know, like in cursive? I don't even think they teach. I'm trying, man. My neck is fucking bothering me. My neck is, I'm hoping this shit goes away. Because my neck, they're going to need to open up my motherfucking neck again. And I don't even have the fucking money for that. I'm going to have to open up a fucking can of armed robbery at a fucking Bank of America or some shit because I'm fucking broke. So I was trying to tell somebody, I said, I make more money now and I have no money. You know what I mean? Like, I can buy all my cat food. I'm not eating out of a fucking dumpster. I'm not buying drugs. You know, I don't do the plasma thing. Gotta talk cursive. There's a pretty good band called Cursive. Let me read that again. You ever hear of the band Cursive? I shouldn't be reading this and driving. I'm pretty fuck all about it. It's a private Christian school. I remember I dated a girl from Christian school. This is funny. Her name was Michelle Cazillo. She got pregnant by some dude that owns like 15 Rite Aids. Her parents were like telling her that I was like the bad dude at church, and now she's a fucking like Wiccan black magic Reiki fucking master, you know, healing people through chanting and vibrations and shit. But I remember like, so I met her at the school, right? This living high. Oh, that's right. You're in the UK. You guys got to watch what you say over there. You get arrested. So I got about 7 minutes left before I have to get my dog out of the house. I'm kind of near my house, but I'm going to tell this story. So I was at the time, I wasn't using drugs. I was 20. Yeah, so is Canada. We're all going to be a police state pretty soon. So just give your life to God and just kiss this world. This is, you know, like it says in the Bible, this isn't, you know, your final resting place. There's no way all of this shit happened and you're fucking going to live here and die and there's no fucking plan. And we came from, you know, we didn't just walk out of the motherfucking woods over there. You know what I mean? So I met Michelle when I was like 20 years old. She was like 19 at Victory Christian Center in Lockport, New York. And she was the hottest bitch in the whole place. And there wasn't really a lot of good looking people in there. There was me, her, another girl, another dude, and this young ass girl that was 16 with huge ass titties and braces. And she sat on my lap one day in front of the pastor. I didn't know what the fuck she was doing, but she sat on my lap right in front of my pastor. My pastor's like, yo, what are you doing, girl? I go, yeah, bitch, what are you doing? She had like Daisy Dukes on. I was like, I probably would have got fucking arrested. I probably would have fucked her because I was only 20 and she was 16, and she. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, sex offender registered. You would have had to register me. I'll tell you, when I was 20, I was not fucking thinking clearly about pussy. I can just tell you that right now. I was not I was not of sound mind. She looked like she wanted. If you looked like you wanted it, you were gonna get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. If she was like fucking 14 or something, I wouldn't fuck her, but she looked like, her body looked like it was about 19. But so I see Michelle. My mom's working at the daycare center in the school, and I kind of just, when I see a good looking girl, I just ignore them. You know what I mean? Like, not in like a bitter ass, I can't get with them way. I just kind of give them the same shit that they give all the other guys that they won't talk to energy back. So I just acted like, oh, how are you? Oh, no, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my sister. Yeah. And anytime I started noticing her, like, kind of like coming around when I worked at I worked at the school with my mom in the daycare center for like the summer. And my mom was like, oh, I see Michelle's coming around here. What is going on with that? I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know nothing about it. She goes to school here, don't she? And she's like, yeah, but she graduated. She's coming here to see you, I think. And I go, well, that ain't going to be a good idea. So her mom and dad were real high up in the church. They fucking hated it. And this is the 20-year-old me. I'm not on drugs. I'm a good-looking kid. I'm not fucking like smoking crack and fucking stealing shit from people and being a fucking scumbag. Her parents just did not like me. So I went. When she was working at the pizza place, her stepdad said something like, yeah, he's just, he's not, anointed enough to be talking to you, or something goofy. And I went and listen, at 20 years old, I drove to her motherfucking house to talk to her dad. I wasn't aggressive or anything. And I said, listen, your daughter's 19 years old. I want to go out with her. She wants to go out with me. We're not like Amish people, but I just feel like you're being like, like shitty to me and being shitty to her because she likes me or whatever. And you're like treating me like I'm like fucking Fonzie or something in Happy Days, and I'm like some bad dude. And her dad completely fucking acted like the biggest pussy in the world and was like, and that's what people usually do when you confront them. They're like, I don't have a problem with you. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, whatever, dude. So we ended up hooking up. Her mom kicked her the fuck out of the house, so she moved in. I don't even know how this happened. So I'm working at the daycare center, and I'm supposed to be watching these kids. I would put the kids down. Like, this is so irresponsible, bro. You would get arrested for this shit today. I would put the kids down, and they'd be sleeping on their little cots, and they'd be like, oh, Mr. Brandon. And she would be like sitting next. She'd come in and see me at the desk. And like the kids couldn't really like see. I mean, we weren't having sex or anything, but we would be doing some hardcore fucking heavy petting zoo type shit in the fucking daycare center while the kids are like taking a nap. I remember I got up the one time to go answer the door, and my dick was leaking through my pants. And my mom was like, what are you doing? She's like, you better not be. My mom was like, you better not be in there fucking putting your hands all over her body and watching them kids and her grinding you and whatever you guys do. You better not be, you better not be trying to have sex. I'm like, why are you saying that I'm trying to have sex with her? So I completely cut it. I knocked it down. We never had sex. She spends the night at my house. I wake up in the middle of the night. She's on top of me with a bra and her underwear on, and she's only had sex with like one nerd. And I said, you know, my parents were out of town and my sister let her in or something weird, but I completely was such a good boy that this bitch got into my house from my sister. She's in my room in bra and panties. And I said, no, I can't have sex with you. She looked at me like, she looked at me like, what? Because like if she did that shit today, 20 years later, I'd have sex with her right now. But she ended up spending the night, you know, and we were like, you know, fucking dirking around and da-da-da. And so, long story short, my mom lets her move in, but you little bastard. My mom lets her move in the house and kicks me out, right? My mom says, well, if you're not going to go out with her, you know, she needs a place to stay. You can go live with your dad. I'm like, what? So one day, my mom said, you can stay here for a couple months, but you should go live with your dad. So I'm downstairs getting ready to go to the gym. It's like July. It's kind of hot in New York. You don't really have air conditioning. She walks by me. Now, I'm in my house that I grew the fuck up in as a kid. You know what I mean? I'm just wearing like, you know, like, I'm not like naked or anything, but I'm like just wearing shorts and like a fucking tank top. She comes down the stairs in a fucking towel only and walks by me with the crack of her ass showing, and she shuts the bathroom door and looks at me and leaves it like I'm like, I don't give. I went to the fucking gym and left her there. Then one day she did that shit to me again, and she just caught me at the right time. I don't know what came over me, but I grabbed her. I ripped the fucking towel off of her. I picked her up. I put her on the fucking kitchen table with like the windows open in the summertime. My mom's only down the street working. I don't know where the fuck my stepdad is. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. And I fucking just gave her the good news. And I remember I didn't have a condom or anything, but I remember I don't even remember where anything landed or went or whatever, but I was like instantly, I knew she was going to tell me. I knew she was going to tell me, like, I just already knew she was going to tell me she was pregnant. You know what I mean? And like fucking 16 hours later, she's like, what are you going to do if I'm pregnant? I was like, I'm going to fucking punch you in the stomach. I was like, you're not pregnant. For like a month, for like 29 days, she fucking tried to convince me that I said, babe, you're not pregnant. There's no way you're pregnant. Like, you know, I mean, yeah, it can happen, but I don't know what happened to her. The pastor of that church actually runs a church down here. His name is Ron Friedersdorf. He looks like the fucking Antichrist. Yeah, I tore her ass up. So she's living in New York. She met some Russian Jewish guy, and she had twins. I don't know. I met a couple girls be honest with you, I met a couple girls at church, and they were the biggest hoes I've ever met in my life. Yes, Sandra. Sandra was a big hoe. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this shit, but fuck, man. I'm just saying, like, I used to be, I know I'm laughing at it, but it's one of the, I know it doesn't sound like it, but it's one of the biggest regrets of my life is how promiscuous I used to be when I was younger. I really, and I do it, I mean it. If I could do it again, I would have met my wife when I was young. I would have got married and we'd be dirt. So it is, what time is it? It's like almost 6 o'clock. I just got home. I appreciate you guys hearing me talk about fornication and vacations and all that stuff. I gotta go see my puppy and take him for a walk. Let me check the messages real quick on here. Yeah, all right, we're good to go on that. Yeah, so that's what happened with Michelle and everybody else. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to go get this doggy if I can figure out how to, I feel like an old person. I'm trying to figure, yes.